Hello, everyone. This is Enlightened Livings, Truth and Oneness discussion with the two people that talk and run their mouths here. In the news today. No, actually, what do you want to talk about today?
I want to talk briefly about social conditioning. And a lot of people like hear this and be like, "Yeah, whatever. Like that doesn't happen." Well, the thing is about it, it happens constantly, and a lot of people they don't even realize it that the media and like everywhere they look, they're just getting conditioned to believe and say and regurgitate the same exact things. Like even like when you hear like a jingle, people were like, oh, they heard a certain tune, they're like, oh, that's Chili's, or oh, that's McDonald's. It's like, it's like you've been conditioned to say these things.
I know it sounds kind of like simple or some places, but it goes real deep, y'all.
Yeah.
We can tell just how the extent to the social conditioning. The example is how the world is right now. This is like an extreme
Yeah.
example to show everyone just how socially conditioned they've been made to be.
Yeah. And this all originally began, like, I remember taking a psychology class, and I don't remember if it was Laszlo or Maslow, but the conditioning of foxes and docility and following instructions. See, he just kept breeding and breeding these foxes and always picking out the most docile of them, and they became very highly domesticated. No, oh no, this is the wrong one. I'm thinking about the ringing of the bell. Um, but still, it's another one of those things too. Breeding to be docility, but the other one is the ringing of the bell. So what the study was if you have a dog and you feed it, it enjoys its food. If then what you start to do is every time you're about to feed the dog, ring a bell. You ring the bell, you feed the dog. You ring the bell, you feed the dog. And eventually, you start to ring the bell, and the dog will start to salivate because it's like, oh, I'm about to get food. It was conditioned to believe that the sound of the bell meant there was food coming. This is a
Well,
very basic
you can almost say that's
concept.
like common sense, though. It's like, well, yeah, every time I hear the bell, I get fed. So, but no, sorry.
Yeah, exactly, and that's what makes it so simple, and that's what makes it so funny, because literally, it's like you hear that jingle, you're like, oh, that means McDonald's. Oh, an expert, quote unquote expert, told me to say that this is real. It must be real. I was told on the news today that this is real, so this has to be real because you've been told and told and told and told. Or you're like, hey, trust the news, trust the news, trust the news. Hey, trust what you're being told, trust what you're being told, trust what you're being told. And people just do it without even thinking about it.
Without questioning a darn thing.
Yep. And that is social conditioning. Like if like that's why they push like the agendas like, okay, COVID, the reason why it's still around is because people aren't wearing masks and social distancing properly. So they're like, yeah, 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 that's why. So everybody starts to spread that. They don't have to, and they tell you a few times, and then you guys just put yourselves in check yourself. They don't have to worry about it very much. They have to just remind you every now and again, like, hey, you're doing a great job. You're a great person. That you're wearing a mask and staying away from everybody.
And now they have T-shirts.
Yeah. Now they have T-shirts to like reinforce that, and people are buying them up and wearing them. I've actually seen them being worn. That's what makes it even
Not,
funnier.
and not to so yeah, so they have that side of it, but it's like I guess this is just showing us just how I don't want to say how unaware people can be. There you go. How unaware people can be of their surroundings and of existence, I guess in general. Because if you even do a little bit of like research on the information that's already out there, that's done by experts in these fields, you will kind of see that yeah, the mainstream, what they put out there, what you should be doing, that is not what you should be doing. Well, first of all, the whole thing is fake. I don't want to say it too many times because I don't know. YouTube likes to flag people or take channels. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't think we're popular enough for us to
No.
be looked at by YouTube flaggers or whatever. But anyway, um, but yeah, it doesn't matter how much information, and there is so much information and evidence that points to all this being what we've been saying it is all along, like just a big sort
Yeah.
of facade. It's a facade. There you go. um, it's just funny how, yeah, the amount of social, how effective the social conditioning is.
Mm-hmm.
Like you literally just have to ring the bell and people kind of fall in line
Yep.
about it. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's exactly. That's how simple it is. They literally got to the point where it's like, if you question it, you're a conspiracy theorist or you're a whatever mindless idiot. Because, like, how dare you question an expert? Even if you are an expert yourself, you're like, well, you're not as credible as these experts. Like, people, they told people that in the beginning. They always throw out their credentials. Like, Dr. Fossey, he is the head of these things. And then they're like, oh, so he's the super expert. You do need to do what he says. If you challenge that, you're dumb. And so people literally were like, wait, you're saying something that's different than what he's saying? You're dumb. Well, why am I dumb? Because you're not him. Okay. But what about the research that he has done himself or his department? This says something otherwise. No, you're dumb. Look, read this paper. I'm not reading that. You're dumb. It's like,
It's kind of gotten to that.
Yeah.
Well, and then the times that we're in right now, yeah. So I guess on a level, I guess my own like human level, I am still surprised by how many people are falling for this. But a more broader perspective, I understand that this is like this the I guess the line. It's the what's happening is everything's unfolding for the greatest good of all. Basically,
Mhm.
that's where we're headed to, obviously, and that's what's happening. So I can't, necessarily like say, well, this is completely wrong. Why do people thinking this way? Because I know it's for the greater good of everything, and I know it's for those individuals, their greatest expansion or experience or whatever, right? But still, man.
yeah, exactly.
Like, wow. I just every couple times a week maybe I kind of sit back and kind of just scratch my head. I'm like, really? But okay, that's kind of how it goes for me.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I feel like I'm watching a TV show that's like really boring and dragging on. You're like, are they
When
still
is it-
doing
when-
this?
Wait, you're still going to go by yourself into the woods and follow the
Yeah.
monster?
Exactly. It's like that. It's like
No, don't break up. Don't split up.
it's like watching a zombie apocalypse that lasts like 50 years. You're like, okay, so have you guys not figured out how to like set yourselves up yet? Like, why are you still like getting chased by zombies? Like, why is like, are you serious?
Oh gosh, yeah, that's a good kind of what it feels like. But even with all that, I think that there are, like I said, there's a lot of signs that people are starting to open their eyes, even though it's not anyone that we know personally. Well, there's a few people, like maybe one person that we know personally, but for the most part, I think the energy it's shifting, and you can feel it. Like
Yeah.
there's, I think, energy waves coming, from the universe or the solar system, like down to the earth, for what I've heard. But you can actually feel this energy, which is really interesting. And then I think, what is it? Before December's over, there's gonna be much more energy movement to this Earth plane, to help with conscious expansion
Yeah.
of humanity.
And you can definitely feel it, and you can sense there is change, and that's why they had to start to re-lock down people and whatnot, because like they're trying to slow it, and they do slow it, but it's like it's still happening. The thing is like everything is changing, but it's just like, yeah, it's like the watching people do this is kind of like disheartening, but we know everything is for, as you were saying, the greater good, their personal experience, that everything is changing. But still, when you have your friends and family and other people like doing this kind of stuff, you're just like, what are you doing? And but then when you ask them why, they're like, are you one of them conspiracy theorists? And you're like, okay, you're a scientist, I'm not, but I know I've studied science before, and it's like, you are an expert in science, and I'm an expert on society, because that's what I used to study all the time. And yet we're dumb conspiracy theorists coming from people that have never studied any of this stuff. But that's just how it goes at the moment. And social conditioning is, I mean, it's literally everywhere, anywhere and everywhere you look. And and that's why social media is really funny now too, because they have people put some information out and they just spread it like wildfire through to each other. And if you question it, it's like I was literally told that I was spreading fear by saying, "Hey, everything's fine." It's like saying that, "Hey, this whole thing is not real. You guys don't have to worry about it. Like, you can actually like just be happy, enjoy yourselves, do your thing. You don't need a vaccine. Like, you can just live your lives." And someone was telling me literally that I was spreading fear. They're saying you need to go and wear a mask, stay inside your house, stay away from people, because you might get sick or it might kill somebody. But I was the one spreading fear. Like, that's how deep this conditioning at the moment is going. And I was like blown away. I was like, wow, I'm saying everything's cool. You're saying people are going to die, but I'm spreading fear. Yeah, it's like you don't even recognize that saying people are dying is more fearful than saying, hey, you're okay.
Right. I think it's interesting just how like far the spectrums are getting to, like the the two sides of the coin, or the two sides of the fields. Like, I feel like the perspectives of people, they're getting so much further away. The duality,
Yeah.
It's like, absolutely, you can't even talk to someone. You can't even have a conversation with someone on the opposite side of the field.
Yeah.
And even people on the side that are like know what's going on and the truthers or whatever, I feel like they become like very extreme in a way.
Yeah.
But they're really frustrated. But it's like it's very extreme. There's like, you can see the extremism.
Yeah.
And I guess that's an interesting thing as well.
Yeah. But it's just interesting. Don't unless you're like wanting to, don't socially condition yourself. Like, right, kind of like think about what you're doing.
Don't fall in line. Don't follow the sheep, you guys.
You don't have to. Okay.
You literally do not have to. And unless you want Bell's palsy, please don't get injected with anything that's potentially coming up here soon. Like,
the trucks are rolling out. I saw last night. The very first truck loaded with the vaccine is about to roll out Monday.
That's interesting. That's quick too. But yeah, I mean, it's to the point where people can choose to get themselves injected or not, and I guess the thing is, do what you feel is best for you, I guess, right? I guess kind of what we have to. But there are so many side effects. If anyone who's actually for every vaccine, and anyone who's done the whole flu vaccine every year and actually looked into that, you can see how effed up this whole mass injection herd injection thing is. So just don't do it. If you can, don't do it. If you do, it's not the end of the world. But if you can, don't do it. Okay.
All right, everybody. Good luck.
Well, no. That's not that. You made it sound too like it's good. Everything is still headed in. Because I feel like even if I sit and meditate, I literally feel like just like this wave of like, what do you call it, happiness, or like, I don't know what to not. It's almost like this. I don't know. What would you call it? You explain it for me.
I can't really explain it, but yeah, you do get the sense of like serenity. It's like you're this peaceful,
serene
feeling and warmth about everything. The thing is, like, I don't want to see the people do like what you like. Literally, I guess I've seen it's in movie plots all the time, and you guys have been conditioned to know exactly what to do. Okay, here's how this is gonna go down. People are gonna be like already like they're now, fearful, hiding. People that wear masks are like, hey, you people that wear masks or that don't wear masks, you guys are horrible, and vice versa. Like, that's the sides right now. People are going to roll out and go get the vaccines. A lot of people are going to get really sick, die, all a bunch of other stuff, and they're going to blame the people that didn't get masks or didn't get the vaccination. And if there's a lot of people that died, they'll start setting up compounds. Like, we're the ones that have masks. You can't come in without your mask kind of thing and your vaccination card. And they'll set up compounds and like that kind of. It's like, don't let it get to that, you guys. Don't be stupid, please.
Well, the thing is, whatever it does get to, it's for the greatest learning experience, I guess, of everyone. But I feel like it's not gonna. if it does, it's gonna be so isolated. If it does get something like that, it's gonna be so isolated. Like if you have already disengaged from the Matrix, like you probably won't even like
Realize it's happening.
yeah realize it's happening unless you turn on the TV or something. That's how I feel
Okay.
about anything that gets more extreme than where we are right now. It's literally going to be for the people that want the extreme situations.
Yeah, I can see
So,
that for sure.
yeah. Stay aligned with your highest consciousness. Meditate and develop that relationship with your source, right? And everything is great. Everything's I don't know. I feel like a nutty person be like, no, everything's great. No. But I really feel like everything is. It's like I don't know. It's like eating your favorite cake that has the best flavor ever, or something. I don't know. It's just interesting.
Yeah, I think you're right. Everything is good, and it's like because we're happier after. And this was funny. It's like a lot of people are like all stressed, paranoid, but like we're actually happier, like doing what we're doing, like being out and about. Like we're like nothing's really changed for us except for we go camping more often.
Yeah.
So it's like everything is good. It's just we want other people to experience the good instead of like seeing and believing what they're just told to see and believe. It's like, we just want to break that social conditioning. Maybe the title will help someone be like, hey, what's going on, and listen, and maybe they'll be like, wait a second. So,
Spread the love.
spread the love.
Right.
All right, everybody.
All right.